guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are pretty much just going to go from this to what I'm going to look like in the end. So we're going to call this the going from basic to baddie video. First step was to go ahead and curl my hair, which I did. Got my curls popping, girls. Had to keep these two in, got the edges laid, and now we're going to get into this face. And this is going to be pretty much a quick video, nothing too extra but cute. And now it's time to slay this face. So I'm going to be showing you guys the products, but if I don't mention them vocally, they will be listed in the description box down below. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, and nope, don't have my brow stuff. Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump right in, first with my brows. Step 1, go ahead and prime around the brows. You can use whatever primer you want. I'm using the NYX Angel Veil. Next, I'm going to take my spoolie, brush my brows into place. And now we are going to be using the Anastasia Dipbrow for today's brow snatch. I am in the color dark brown, and I am taking that using a Sephora angle brush. I believe it is the number 20. And I am just going to do my brows like I normally do. If you want an in-depth video on how I do my brows, then you can go ahead to my channel, and there's definitely a brow tutorial on there. Typically don't ever do my brows on camera, but here you go. And here's a quick tip to get that nice ombre effect. Outline the front of your brows, but don't shade them in. Next, we are taking our handy dandy spoolie, and we're just going to use that to go ahead and blend the product in and brush our hairs in place. Using my Juvias Place Concealer and my MAC 212 brush, we're going to go ahead and clean up around the brows. Go ahead and put the product on the brush and outline your brows. Try not to touch the hair, but get really close to the hairline. For this, I like to use a concealer color that is close to my natural shade instead of like a highlight color. Some people do use their foundation. I just prefer my concealer. And just to go on the record saying it, I am extra, so to blend out these brows, I do it in 3 steps. I first take my beauty sponge and I blend it out. Next, I'm going to go in with a dense, fluffy brush to blend it out. And then lastly, I'm going to just take my fingers and wipe around there because I like it to look nice and natural. And now on to the face. Important step number 1, make sure you go ahead and prime your face. Today we are using the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is a Longwear gripping foundation. It says it's supposed to prep, smooth, and perfect the skin, and I think it is true. It did do all of the above. And now we're going to go into an additional step, which I've said it before. You TikTokers, you did not make this up. Auntie Jackie has told us about this, but we are going to use our one size translucent powder, a very light layer, and we're just going to pat that all over our face. And this step is going to help our foundation, everything, and makeup just last even longer than it normally does. Note, I do not do this step all the time. I only really do it when I'm wearing like a hydrating foundation and I know I'm going to be outside. If I'm wearing like a matte foundation and a lot of matte products, then I will not do this step because I don't want my face to be extra dry. To finish off this process, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray and just spray my face and let this dry down. You can use whatever setting spray you want. This is the one I chose to use before going in with my next product. Now here's another step that I do not do all the time. I only really color correct when I am wearing a lighter coverage foundation. For this step, I am using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is the orange corrector. And for those who do not know, the orange corrector cancels out dark spots. And then the green corrector cancels out red spots. So if you have like red spots on your face, you would use the green corrector. And to blend this out, I'm going in with that same brush that I used to blend out around my brows. And then I'm going to follow it up by using my beauty sponge to blend it out even more. And for foundation today, we are using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is more of a hydrating foundation, which is a switch up for me because you know your girl likes to keep it matte. And to apply this, I am using my MAC 170 brush. And for tip number 2, anytime you're using a lighter coverage foundation, apply it with a brush first and then blend it out with the beauty sponge, because if you go in with the sponge first, the sponge is going to absorb a lot of the product and then you're going to have to use way more of the product on your face. And after letting it dry down for a quick second, I'm going to, of course, go in with my beauty sponge to make sure that this is nice and blended. Before I go in and conceal my face, I'm going to lightly contour using the Danessa Myricks Deep Power Bronzer. And guys, I am in love with this product. You do not need to use a lot. A very little bit goes a long way. I am applying it with this Sephora contouring brush in the number 78. Take a little bit of product and just tap, tap, tap and blend, blend, blend. What I love about this product is how creamy it is. It is so easy to blend out, so if you do happen to use too much, you can easily blend it out. And it is also very buildable, so you can get a very light bronze if you want, or you can go for a nice deep contour if that's what you're looking for. Now for concealer, I'm going in with my Juvias Place concealer, the same one that I used around my brows first, because this is more hydrating. I tend to be a little dry underneath my eyes, but I am going to use another concealer to highlight. Now that I have the concealer everywhere that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out, starting around my mouth and forehead. I like to save my eyes for last, and that's because I want my concealer to dry down a tad bit so that when I blend it out, I'm not taking off too much of the product. So we might as well go ahead and call that tip number 3. Let your under eye concealer dry down so that when you blend it out, you don't take off a lot of the product and you get that full coverage that you was looking for in the first place. Also guys, notice that for this step, I'm still looking all one color, and that's because I'm only concealing here. I am only trying to cover up my dark circles and my dark eyelids. The next step is where I'm going to highlight, and highlighting is going to make my under eye and the center of my face brighter. Now to bring some brightness to the center of my face, I'm going to highlight using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the color Sand. I only use a little bit because a little goes a long way. It does spread. And also this concealer is going to give me more of a matte finish. The other one was creamy, so I don't like to go under my eyes with too creamy products. Now, if you like how your face looked before you did this step, you can bypass this. Your face is naturally a little lighter in the center and darker around the edges, so that's why people tend to highlight to bring that natural effect back to the face. Another way to get away with doing this is to not use a highlighting concealer and to just use a translucent powder on top of the concealer that is your skin complexion and letting it sit for a while, because that's going to also brighten your under eyes up. Here I am going in with my Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in the color Summertime Wine. And for tip number 4, if you're going to use a cream blush, apply it before you put on your powders. you put on your powders first and then try to put on a cream blush or cream product on top, it could get a little messy. Now I'm using a brush here, but you can definitely go in with your fingers. I do not like a lot of blush, so as you can see, I am putting this on very lightly. And for a very subtle highlight, I'm going to go in with my Danessa Myricks Hot Water Dewy Wet Balm, and I'm going to go and apply this with my finger. This is going to give you that nice glow from within look, and again, I am applying this before I am setting my face with powder. Here I am just blending that concealer and stuff underneath my eyes just in case it creased a little bit, because tip number 5 is to make sure your concealer is blended before going in with setting powder. If you don't, you're going to set those creases into your face and they're going to be stuck there for the rest of the day. For this step, I like to first go in underneath my eyes with a very light layer to get the setting process started. And then I'm going to also apply some powder to my eyelids because I did put concealer up there. So guys, if you put concealer on your eyelids, you need to go ahead and set that as well because it will crease up on you. Now I'm going to go in with a fluffy powder brush with that same setting powder and apply a light layer all over my face to just go ahead and set everything before I go back underneath my eyes with a heavier application of setting powder. Okay, now this is the part where I actually bake, so I'm going in with a heavier layer of powder and I'm going to let it sit there for a while. The longer you let it sit underneath your eyes, the more it's going to absorb in your skin and the brighter it's going to make your under eyes. I do it more so because my under eyes is my problem area and I need it to be snatched underneath there. I'm also going to clean up around where I put that light contour as well. Here I'm just dipping into my Tarte's contour palette using my Sephora highlighter brush, and I am just deepening up that contour and bronzing up my face a little bit more so that I can look nice and sun-kissed. To dust off that powder underneath my eyes, I am using this mini matte brush. I believe it is the number 197. Now for the eyes, we're going to keep this very simple. Want this to be a simple slay. So I'm using the Natasha Denona Peak Eyeshadow Palette, and I'm going to go into the color Jasper, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelids using my Morphe M441 brush. This is just going to give my eyes a subtle pop, but I'm going to keep it nice and matte. I'm not going to use any type of shimmers, and I'm also going to apply a little bit underneath my eyes as well. And by the way, to do this, I'm using the Morphe M213 brush. And for eyeliner today, we are using the Huda Beauty Life Liner. This is a two-sided liner. One side has a pencil, the other side is liquid. Right now, I'm going in with the pencil side into my waterline, and I'm going to fake a wing by dragging my waterline out a little bit to the corner and then blending that up into the outer corner of my top lid. I like to take a skinny winged liner brush and I like to just drag out that eyeliner that I put there to make that wing a little bit more dramatic. By the way, this is the Sigma winged liner brush and the number E06. I promise guys, we're almost there. For mascara, we are using the Benefit Roller Lash. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that like I normally do to the top and bottom of my eyelashes. Alright guys, so I went ahead and threw on my lashes. I used some Sephora lashes. These are the fringe Sephora lashes, and I also threw on a little bit of eyeliner. Now we're going to put on the finishing touches. For this next step, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder, and this is in the color NW44. I just take a light layer and I'm just going to put all over my face to just deepen me up a little bit. And for a little bit of razzle dazzle, I'm going in with my MAC highlighter. This is in the color Show Gold, and I'm going to just apply this to the top of my cheekbones, a little bit down my nose, and around my cupid's bow of my lip to give me a nice little pop. So when that sun hit me, it's like bam. Come on closer if you want to see. How's everybody dancing around me? I don't care you. I don't care you. Now sis, after you done did all this work, do not forget to set your face. I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This has easily become one of my favorite setting sprays. Wedding approved, summer approved, everything is going to keep your makeup nice, tight, and in place all day long. While that dries down, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lip products. To line my lips, I'm using the Sephora Crayon Lip Liner, and this is in the color Dark Brown. And next, I'm going to go into the Kylie Jenner lipstick. This is the color 20. I didn't use the liner that came with this kit because it just matched too perfectly, and I usually like my lips to be a little bit lighter and my liner to be a tad bit darker. With that being said, that other liner was not working for me, so I went and got my handy dandy MAC lip liner in the color Cork, my go-to, to finish this up. For some reason, I can't just do a matte lip. I have to have some type of gloss. So, to top off this lip, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm in the color Cake Shake. I almost forgot to do my inner corner highlight, so I'm going back into my Tarte's Contour Palette, and I'm taking that highlight color, that white one, and I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner of my eyes to give this look a finishing razzle dazzle. Gonna go take my hair down, get dressed, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I am back, and this is the final look. Y'all, I feel cute. I feel cute. So if y'all see these pictures on the ground, just know I was feeling cute. But I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video.